Hello, my name is Kiera Walker and welcome to my channel. This video is about changing career, and I have changed a lot of career in my working lifetime. I decided to do this video because my eldest daughter is at a point of her life where she's having to think about whether to go university, apply for apprenticeship, apply for a job, what courses she's doing, and that made me think about my career and the choices I made to get to where I am now. And I love watching this type of videos, look at other people's story, and it either motivates me or inspires me, or it's relatable. So if I take you back to the beginning, I guess, I've always worked, and since I was 13, doing the odd jobs. Like my first job was picking eggs, working at the weekend, getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning and getting paid like £2.50 or something like that. It was pocket money, you don't get paid a lot when you're 13. And then my first real paid job, I guess, is I was still at school and working at a garden centre. I loved working there because I was able to work with other teenagers around my age, so it was sociable as well. Working during the school holidays and being able to earn some real money where I could actually buy my own clothes, be a bit more independent. I remember saving up like £100. That was a big deal for me, and I really wanted this stereo with a CD player, and it was like £99.99, and I had this massive dilemma whether to buy loads of clothes and loads of shoes and have lots of things, or just this one big item that I really wanted. Took me ages to decide, and I actually went for the stereo. But it was so satisfying to know that, I worked hard for that money, and I paid for it myself. It helped me to value money a lot more. My first real career or job as an adult, I guess, is when I decided to join the military. I did go to college and study like social care, wanting to be a social worker, but I couldn't get this feeling out of my mind of wanting to travel, wanting adventure, wanting something a bit more exciting. I started finding, being in classroom really boring. I just got on with it, kind of going with the flow, but do I really want to be a social worker, or just something I just thought about, but I really did want to join the military, so I did. I went to the recruitment office and enlisted, and I joined the artillery and was posted to Germany. I did that for 4 years, and I had my eldest daughter as well in Germany. I felt like having a kid, you kind of really need to think about, is this position right for me? And it wasn't, because we were traveling around so much. You could kind of get posted anywhere. Your time wasn't really your own. It was right for me between the age of 17 and until I had my daughter. But now I'm growing up and I have a child, I've got responsibility, and I wanted a bit more structure in our life, and I wasn't getting that being in the artillery. So I wasn't ready to come out of the military, so I decided to transfer over to the dental corps, which meant it gave me like more of a civilian job, and I was able to go to work 9 to 5, and I was exposed to being able to do like orthodonticness, working in hospital, and working in the maxillofacial department doing surgery. So I was able to do a lot within that industry, and I absolutely loved it, and it was perfect. There was only one thing though. My husband we met in the military, by the way, so he was actually still in Germany, so we weren't even living in the same country as a family. That needed to be dealt with. We were like, well, we can't go on like this, you know, we wanted to be together. So decided to get out of the military. I did know that I did not want to go into the dentistry world, because I kind of done it all, and at the time I was only 25, and to have experienced everything, I felt it wasn't going to challenge me. I wanted to start new, start something different, and I was young enough to be able to do that. So I just really you know, apply for all the jobs that I think I'd be good at, or I think I could enjoy. I sent my CV out to, you know, I can't even remember how many CV I sent out, and if you in the US, it's your resume, by the way. So I sent loads out, and got I did multiple different jobs here and there that, you know, it was like dabbling in things just to get a feel for what I would like to do. When I got a job in the car manufacturing company, and I think I was at a stage in my life where I was trying to transition from a military environment to a civilian environment, and kind of getting adjusted to like, oh yeah, you don't have to do everything on the double. And it was like a slower pace, but I felt like, well, I was bored. Like, I knew the second day that this wasn't going to be my future. You know, when you sort of like talking to people who's been there 20, 30 years, and they look like they've had better days and just hating their job and stuff, and I looked at them and I was like, no, that is definitely not going to be me. So I quit and went back to you know, job searching again, and then I got a job at the airport in the IT industry. Now, I absolutely loved it there. It kind of challenged me in every single way, and I had loads of different variety of roles. But after 5 years, I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like I get a 5-year itch that I feel like, well, what else can I do, you know, and I get bored. Really don't know what's wrong with me, but I get bored really easily. And again, I went back to that, well, I'm young, you know, if it doesn't work out, if the grass is not green on the other side, so what, I'm young, you know. I always see myself as being employable, you know. So I saw this position in the medical industry, and it had an amazing package. It had like a managerial position, which I've been team leaders before, but I was never validated in terms of being in management. So I thought, well, that's something, you know, I could strive for and get the skill level that I want. Yeah, so I really went for this position, knowing that I was not the best candidate for it because I had no experience. I sent in my CV and it got rejected, but I phoned the agent up going, oh, please could I submit another one? I totally understand why you rejected it, but can I just submit another one? And they said yes. I had to really look at the job description and think, okay, how can I make my skill, everything that I did in my previous job, how could that be transferable to this position? And what is it that they're asking for, you know, what candidate do they want, how can I add value to the company, what can I offer? So I had to think, I guess, put myself in their shoes, right, and being really critical of myself, and redid my CV, submitted it, and I got myself to the next round, which was the phone interview. Again, you know, I really had to demonstrate it, why I would be a good candidate for that position, what I would add to the company, and really dig deep into how my skills was like transferable, you know, what I did before on a day-to-day, the challenges, how I resolved it and things like that. That did get me to the third round, and I was interviewed by multiple people, knowing that, you know, out of everybody that was up against me, they had experience and I did not. And one of the biggest challenges with that position was that they were worried about hiring a female, because it's really much a male environment. They've never hired a female for that particular role before, and I'll be managing all males. There's no women in it. There's all male, and they were really worried about how I can handle that. And I was like, well, I was in the military for like 8 years, and that was pretty much your majority male environment, so that kind of ticked that box, and I did actually got the job. You know, I was so pleased with myself that I didn't accept their rejection, and you know, they could see that I really wanted the job, and I really went for it. I guess that's why I got it. You know, it wasn't luck, it was pure pushing on to get it. And I was when I did that job, I went to Alicia's school concert, and she did like a piano piece, note perfect, and I was tearing up. I was all emotional, started like crying, because I realized that, you know, I haven't spent any time with Alicia at all. I've not seen her. The job took 100% of me, which made me feel so guilty. Like, when did she learn to play the piano this good? You know, when was she practicing? You know, and all the times she probably approached me with something she did at school and say, hey mum, look at this, and I'm like, oh, I'm too busy, like, you know, to even look at it. I'll look at it later. I just felt so much guilt, and I had to review kind of our situation, because I wasn't getting the work and life balance, and it wasn't really making me happy. Like, I've done everything I said I would do, and all the promises I made to the company, and I delivered it, but you know, it was to my personal sacrifice. So yeah, so I quit that job and kind of went back to the IT industry, which I knew, familiar with, know that I'm good at. So that's where I am now. I am a project manager, and I think I've got the work and life balance pretty good. Sometimes it's more work, but the important thing is, for me anyway, it's not every day, you know. I do love my job. I get up in the morning wanting to do it. I don't mind if somebody bothers me late at night. They will get a response from me, or early hours, because I want to do it. And I always feel quite sad when I hear people, you know, hate their job, don't want to get up in the morning. I think, you know, you're going to have odd days where you don't want to get up and go to work. That's the same with everybody, as long as it's not that every day. Yeah, so when I'm helping Alicia making decision with her career now, all I could advise her is choose something that will make you happy. Even if you don't know what you want to do in life, well, maybe pick a course that you know you're going to be good at, you're going to enjoy, and you know, the doors are open for you. Like, you know, you just will know. And some people never know, right? Some people never know what they want to do, and I never left school thinking, right, I'm going to work in IT. It's just how it's worked out. But if I haven't took the step that I've taken, I don't think I'd be doing what I'm doing now and be happy in. Or, you know, the experience I've picked up along the way has got me to where I am now. I feel like the military was my university. I've learned like priceless life skills from there, and I will always take that into whatever I'm doing, whether it's personal or professional. Anyway, I don't want to be rambling on too much. I hope you enjoyed this video and find it relatable, or gives you some kind of motivation to do what you want to do. I'm going to do another video, I think, on how I actually manage that work and life balance. And and if you do like this video, please give me a thumbs up and press that like, or stick around and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.